Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to another session of Qur'anic Arabic Recitation with Tajweed Rules. In this lesson, we will be studying another letter of Arabic alphabet. It is called Laam. Laam, and the sound is L. So the second part of L. Laam, L. Okay. So what is its articulation point? It is one of the tongue letters, lisan letters, and the articulation point is, it's quite detailed, but I'll explain it to you one by one. It's okay, one point by point. Okay, so the nearest part of the side of the tongue is the nearest part, and nearest to the mouth. Okay, the second part is, okay, that's the first part. So the top is called the nearest part as well. So if we divide, again we divide the tongue in few parts. So the first part would be the tip of the tongue, and then we have the top of the tongue, or it's called the nearest part as well. Okay, and then the other one would be, this would be middle of the tongue, and this is the deepest part of the tongue. Okay, green. Okay, so this part, the first one is the tip of the tongue. This one is the top of the tongue, or the nearest part of the tongue. This is the middle part of the tongue, and this is the deepest part of the tongue. So it says from the nearest part of the side. So it's actually from here to here, or from here to there. It's referring to that. And at the end of its tip, so it's referring to that from here to there. Okay, the tip. What lies opposite to it of the gum of the first top two inside of premolars. So whatever lies opposite to it. So if you see here, start from here to there. Two upper premolars, this one and that one. Okay, that's premolars. And then upper canines. This is a canine, this is a canine. And two upper lateral incisors. So this is lateral incisors, and this is lateral incisors. And then the last ones are the front incisors. So this is one and this is two. Okay, so these are the names of those teeth. And the articulation point, okay, its articulation point is the front edge of the tongue, and that's the front edge of the tongue when it's connecting that part. Lam, L. That is the articulation point. You can see here. And that's the opposite to it. Okay. So let me explain that into in 3D model, but just let me write it. Let me explain it again. So instead of going from that side, we're going backwards. That would be the two incisors, the front two incisors. Okay, these ones. And then we have the lateral incisors, this one and that one. And then we have the canines, and then we have the premolars. Okay, the upper premolars, so all the upper side of the mouth. Let me explain that again with 3D model. Okay, it's better. So from the nearest part of the tongue, this is where it to the top, to the tip of the tip of the tongue. Similar here. It's another color. It's probably better. Okay, and then it's going to touch the gum lines of, this is the incisor, the top incisors. These are the lateral incisors. Okay, and these are the canines. Okay, and these ones are the premolars. So it's going to touch the tip of the tongue, the front tip of the tongue, to the gum lines of these teeth. That's the articulation point for lam, or the sound L. Okay, going back to slides. Okay, here. So is it a heavy or light letters? It is one of the letters that can be light sometimes, and other times it can be heavy, depending on the situation when it is used. So it's only heavy with the lafzul jalal, that's the name of Allah, and it is only heavy with the name of Allah when it's the lam preceded before the lam preceded by fatha or dhamma, not with kasra. So if it's Allah, if it's illa, that's light. So the lam is only heavy in one condition, one state, is when it is in the lafzul jalal, as the name of Allah, and it is preceded by fatha or a dhamma. In other conditions it is light. Okay, so when it is light, then our mouth will remain flat when you're pronouncing it, or we will have the condition of as if we are going to start smiling. L, lam, L. And if it's heavy, for example Allah, then it doesn't remain in that position. Allah, and illa is again light. Okay, so this is one of the letters that have both properties as lam, ra, and alif. They can have both, sometimes lightness in them or heaviness in them. Okay, is it a connector or non-connector? It is one of the characters, because if you see its connecting forms, this one, you can connect other letters with it, after it, and if it's in the beginning. If it's in the middle, you can connect other letters before it or after it. Okay, and if it is at the end of a word, then you can connect other letters with it before it. So if you see, it fulfills all the condition of being a connector, hence it is a connector. How to write it? Okay, let me explain that. So it is written in a single stroke, in a single downward vertical stroke, single downward vertical stroke extending below the line in a rounded L shape. Okay, so it is written like this. Okay, and if you see here in other forms, if it is at the beginning, then it stays on the line. Okay, the top part. Okay, if it is in the middle, like this, and if it is at the end, so the top part remains above the line and the bottom below the line. Can we connect it? Yes. Go in here, connect this one. So it will be like this. Sorry, 3 lambs. Okay, so that's the different forms of writing. Next one would be, what is the English equivalent for lam? It is L, and the sound of L, it is equivalent to lam. And for transliteration purposes, we will be using L as well to represent lam in text, Arabic text. So this is the end of this session. We will see you in next session, inshallah. Until then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.